Given f of x equals the square root of 2x minus 3, find f inverse of x as well as the domain of f inverse. In order to find the inverse, we're going to first rewrite this as y equals the square root of 2x minus 3. Then we switch the roles of x and y and solve for y. So we can write this as x equals the square root of 2y minus 3. Then to solve for y, let's get rid of this radical by squaring both sides. So on the left-hand side, we've got x squared equals. On the right, the square and the square root are inverses, so they cancel, leaving us 2y minus 3. To get y, now let's get rid of the 3 term, so we'll add 3 to both sides of the equation. This way on the left-hand side, we've got x squared plus 3. On the right, we have 2y. And then finally divide both sides by 2. So we have y equals x squared plus 3 over 2. So this is the inverse function. F inverse of x equals x squared plus 3 over 2. Now, it's tempting to look at the implied domain of this function and say that this is always defined. So you might be tempted to say the domain is all real numbers. But they didn't ask for implied domain. They asked for the domain. Since this came from the inverse of another function, the domain of this function is the range of the original. Now, the square root function does not attain negative values. That means that we're looking at x values that are greater than or equal to 0. So here is the inverse, and here is its domain.